Hi everyone, it's Katherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I'm here to share with you a layout I'm creating for Mix It Up Monday. So this is a YouTube hop and we are using this fabulous sketch by Kimberly. So I'm going to mix it up a fair bit today. I've got this 4x6 horizontal photo and I'm using some of this new Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection called No Limits, and I haven't used it. This is the first layout I'm creating with it. I have gone ahead and cut up all those stars. I'm going to use some mixed media today, and so I pulled out some distress oxides. I have speckled egg, faded jeans, um, evergreen bough, I think that green is, and fossilized amber. However, I don't end up using that. So I'm going to just use the packaging technique for a start, just really smush it down on the page. So I'm using this speckled egg. So the spray here, just pouring a little bit out and it goes kind of everywhere, but that's okay. It ends up, it ends up really yeah, perfect for the page. So I'm just smushing that down. So I've sort of, I have moved my page around a little bit because I know that I want those, well, in the sketch it's florals running along the bottom, but I'm going to flip it and so it'll be along the left-hand side. So I've just smushed that down and then splattered some ink splatters. Now I'm going to go ahead and um, add some of that evergreen bough in a couple of places. So first of all, I'm going to use this stencil and just use this blending brush through the stencil and add a little bit more to this background. So just going to add that in 3 different places around the page there. And yeah, I really like how these colors mix. I think they fit perfectly with that No Limits collection. I think they work really well, so I really like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping, and I pull out this, I think it's a Bow Bunny stamp for a start. I'm going to use the stars, but then I decide to add a couple of stars to my stamping block from, this is an older collection. Oh, I can't remember what the stamp set's called. I don't have the packaging there. But yes, I'm going to add 3 sort of smaller stars there. And again, just stamp them around in that same sort of position that I had done some of that stencil work. So I'm just putting that down and that will create the majority of my background. I am going to go ahead and use this faded jeans just for some splatters. So I'm just adding some water there using my fan brush and I'm just going to splatter that around the page. And again, I really love these colors. Yeah, I couldn't work out how to incorporate um, that fossilized amber, I think it is. So I do leave it off the page, but I am going to go ahead and add some gold splatters with this gold glitter spray by Jen Hatfield. So I'm just going to sprinkle that around the page, and I do get a few bigger drops, so I don't, yeah, I do sort of mop one of those up. But yeah, I really love how this turns out as a background. I don't do a lot of mixed media, as you would know from my channel, but I do try and, change it up and create some different layouts for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a very simple page, and so I'm using that photo there. And I'm going to mat it on some of these A5 paper stacks. So I go to stick it down and then I'm like, no, actually I want a white border there for my photo to start with. I quite often print with a white border, but for this photo I hadn't. So I'm adding that white border there and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on this sort of mustardy color. And that then incorporates that sort of mustard color that I was, I'd pulled out in that Distress Oxide. I'm going to go ahead and rough up the edges of my photo mat there. And I really like that color. It really makes that photo pop. And then I'm working through this A5 paper stack and just seeing what else I can make work. And I pull out this beautiful blue. This has got stars and all different sort of gradients of that navy. And I really love that. And that, yeah, that really helps again to make that photo stand out. And I love it. So I'm just going to rough up the edges again. And so while I'm doing that, I will let you know I've left links below to all the people playing along on this fabulous hop. And then I don't think about this too much. I'm just going to go ahead and stick these stars down along that edge, that left-hand edge. So like I said, I have flipped this sketch, and so I'm just going for it. I'm just picking out all the sort of bigger stars first, and then yeah, decreasing the size of the stars as I go. It was really fun. I mean, stars are super easy to cut out, so I had fun just sitting back watching some TV one evening, just cutting out all these stars. And so now I use a ton of them just sticking down on this layout, which I really love. Um, I love how this is turning out. So yeah, like I said, there was no thought go into this at all. Just literally picking some different colors, sticking them down, picking the different sizes, and just keep working sort of my way through there. I have used some of the stars that are sort of cut off on the edge, and I will trim those stars at the top. Some of those hung over the top of the page, but I'm just going ahead and sticking all of those down, moving a few things around, tucking them in and underneath each other as I'm going. But yeah, I love how that looks. So I've created that edge. Now I didn't use any other pattern paper on this layout. Um, yeah, like the sketch suggests, I've just used that mixed media instead. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my photo flat to the page. I didn't want to bump it up too much. I think, I'll add some other things for texture and, I just didn't think that the photo, because of the three sort of mounts of paper behind it as well, it had enough dimension there. So again, I am adding my cluster in the corner of the photo, so the top right-hand corner of the photo there, like it would be on the sketch, but like I said, I have sort of flipped that. So I'm just adding those around, and yeah, I really love that. So then I'm going to put the stars away for the moment, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out these banner pieces. Now there were some banner pieces on the sketch as well. So I'm adding that one with the star, and I do add this one. I think it says hello. Oh, I'm not sure, but I do end up taking that off. Spoiler alert, I will go ahead and change that out. I didn't like how they were both the same length. And then I'm just flicking through the titles. So I pull this, yeah, here's where I pull it off, and I put this piece down, but then I do go ahead and change that out as well. So I'm just sorting through to see what titles I can make work. And I thought no limits. So this is a photo of my partner, my son, and our seeing eye dog that we look after, just down at the lake. We're just going for a walk. But yeah, I just love how they're staring off and discussing something fun. Um, I put those sort of peace sign fingers there as well. I thought that looked really cute. And then I do find this chipboard piece which says fun, 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 and I think that fits really well there. It's just a little bit bigger than that other piece, and I really liked how that sat. And then I decided to change out that no limits for the best in these chipboard pieces. I'm just trying to think back to the sketch. It is in a slightly different position, so I have changed it slightly, but again, like I said, I have sort of flipped this sketch around. So I really like these chipboard pieces. I think they're great. So I'm just, again, I haven't used this collection, so I'm sort of, pulling out and seeing what I can make work. I've just grabbed this sort of tag, and then I'm sticking that sticker down which says life is good, and I'm going to stick those piece fingers up, and I'm just trying to pull out a different lot of small words there, and I picked this one out. I don't know what it says, but then I end up changing it out to living large, which I really like. I do shift it around a little bit to see where I can make work, but yeah, I thought that sat really well there. And then I'm looking for another one because I want to put it down the bottom, but I'm not sure. So go on to sticking my title down. Now I do add extra adhesive. One, this is on a mixed media background, but also I do find these chipboard pieces like that sticky is not great. So I think it's all sort of chipboard pieces in any collection. I'm not having a go at Coco Vanilla Studio. I think all of these pieces, you should always add a bit more glue if you want to make it, stay in the one spot over time. So I'm just sticking those down, peeling the back off and sticking it down with my wet adhesive. Now this is the Art Glitter Glue, and It's my favorite glue. I love the fact that I can get this metal tip, and yeah, it works really well. So I've stuck down you got this as well, that tiny word sticker, and I do pull out these sort of wood buttons or flare buttons, and I really like them, and I do end up using them on another layout, but I just didn't feel like they were needed. I sort of wanted three, and I couldn't really make it work, and I wasn't sure, and so I do end up going ahead and pulling them off. They didn't mark the page. I'd already, I hadn't stuck them down too much. And then I pull out these puffy stars and sort of planets, I think they are, but they're sort of enamel puffy, and they're perfect to sort of scatter around in those three places around the layout to add some extra pops of color. And I love how that looks. So that is pretty much it for my layout today. Thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, I'll leave links below to everyone playing along, but I'll leave some close-ups. Bye.